Hi everyone, I'm Renuka Kerkar. I'm from GDG London. I'm an organizer for GDG London, and here is another podcast from the GDG London. We are celebrating International Women's Day 2025. Here we have another guest for our podcast is Sahana. So let me invite her on the stage and then. Hi
Hi.
Sahana, welcome to the GDG London podcast. So Sahana, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, I'm Sahana. It's really nice to speak to Renuka and everyone before the Women's Week next week. I'm a software engineer at Wave. Wave is a startup based in London. We are working on building autonomous solutions. Um, Before that, I basically worked in a bunch of startups in California, primarily in computer vision space. I graduated with my master's in electrical engineering from University of Southern California in 2017.
Okay, that's great, Sahana. So, when you are introducing yourself, you are talking about your degree and everything from the United States, right? So, what bring you to come in UK? Because normally people are shifting sometimes. They have a dream to work in US companies and stay there. So, what attracts you to come?
That's a really great question, and I think it's not like fully rational, frankly, to just explain about it. But one thing which you mentioned in your question is the dream. Like my dream was to basically have work, but also have the freedom to work in things that bring out passion in me without a visa barrier, and that's kind of what led me to like look into other countries than US at that point.
Okay, so are you from which country? What is your base country basically? Are you from itself from USA or are you from any other country?
I grew up in India, Chennai, and I went to United States for my masters.
Oh, that's great. So you shifted from India to do your masters in USA, and then you come to the UK for do the your work, right? So you globally moving yourself from here and there to do the masters, to the study in India, then work in UK. Amazing. So tell me uh, uh, I know right now the situation in UK is not that good, to finding the jobs. Many students struggle to get job in USA and come to the UK. So your journey is easy. Did you get a easily job here, or what kind of thing you uh, done yourself so that you find a job in UK? Because it's a very big question for all the students who are listening our talk here. They come to the outside India for the masters, right? And once they finish their masters, they are struggling to get a job. Still they are from the renowned university like Oxford, Cambridge, or anything, but still they are struggling to get a job. So what is your story, how you find a job in UK?
I think, like you said, it's difficult to get a job, and it's also globally difficult to get a job in such a competitive space. But I guess what worked out for me is one I had around 5 years of work experience post grad school in the States. So I would basically start with saying leverage everything you got to offer. It's easy to see when you're starting something new to see yourself in like ground zero, but frankly everything before that is a stepping stone. So leveraging my previous work experiences helped in getting my resume noticed at companies, um, and also like I guess one other thing I did is I prepared a lot for interviews. It looks on paper, it looks like maybe I got a job sooner, but it took me around 6 months to like find a job when I was frankly laid off in like 2022. So they were like yeah, technically on paper I wasn't laid off, but then like it was still hard to navigate through that space. Like one thing it helped me is like constantly showing up for interviews, and like obviously I had to like fail through some to like crack some. So it's a journey. We can't skip through the hard part.
Yeah, so you means that like you haven't applied UK as a fresher, right? You already has a applied as a, you have already have a 5 year plus of experience, right, in your field.
Yeah.
Okay, so how you manage that? Like, because you are doing masters in USA, right? Many students, like I have seen, because we are mentoring many students in UK as well, and they are just waiting. Once they finish their master, they will think about to apply any jobs or anything. So,
Mm.
like, what strategy you created for yourself that, like, okay, before finishing my masters, I should be in that place or I should do this kind of stuff. So if you can guide our students that what kind of strategy they can create themselves.
Yeah, one thing I would say is like don't wait for a work experience. I was fortunate enough through both my university and also, frankly, through my friends. All of my I had quite very good ambitious friends. Find your tribe is also like a more a small lesson from for all of us there. So my friends, some of them, they encouraged me to like whenever, as soon as you're eligible, we become eligible to apply for work experience outside our universities only after a time frame in the states, and our masters
Okay.
is only 2 years. So as soon as we became eligible, even before we were eligible, we were actually applying for jobs, because yeah, like we all know, it takes a while to like get your resume noticed, get the interviews in. So find your tribe, apply as soon as you can. There is gonna be like a lot of times you will not probably get a return call. That's normal, but the most important thing is like we put ourselves outside, and don't, and also like on the side, build up on yourself. This is something that I wish I had done earlier, but now that I have a chance, if I had a chance to like change one thing, I would also not wait for to join company X to build what I want to build. With the resources right now, I'll start working on it right now, so that um, they say when the paths merge, I can uh, paths merge when you like finally get into your dream company. You start from a better point because you already have some idea about a particular technology or a particular work, because you've already done this in the side before. So leverage what you have right now, and make start thinking about what kind of professional you want to be as soon as you can.
Okay, that's great. So, can you tell us, like, because this is a question always arise, like, because student doesn't know what kind of job they should apply or something, and like you are working in machine learning, there are so many things related to the machine learning, right? To find a specific interest in particular technology, like to find a job in particular, like if you are working in healthcare or if you are working in fintech or something. So how they can create their own portfolio along with your studying the your master degree, like that is a question, because many students ask that, oh, we have so much work to do in college, and how to I can find time for myself to build my own kind of basically side portfolio myself when I am doing the learning my degree basically. So how you manage that time and how you build your own side.
I think it comes back to the thing comes back to like finding your tribe. Like it's very hard when you actually, like what you said. I Even though it's been a while, I feel that pain. It's still like painful to hear. Like if I'm a student, like navigating through studies and or internships and working is obviously hard, but not to do it alone. I assume like I have seen like different GDG groups have some study sessions.
Yeah.
Take use of it, like take use of the study concentrated community around you to like so that it doesn't feel that you're alone. Frankly, it's we can't skip hard work. We can never skip hard work. It's something I tell myself all the time. But we can make it easier for us by doing it with people. So I guess having like some study buddies to like mock interview, pass off ideas would help to. Would definitely help to like study faster, and also participate in hackathons. Like, yeah, every single day you cannot work, study, and then like build things, but they you can occasionally shift gears for like shorter periods to other fields. So tack in I would tape into like small experiences like that to build my portfolio.
Okay, that's great. Like you went to the community, apply for the hackathon, participated in the events. That helps you, right? In that sense. So my question is that, like, if if anybody wants to be participate in such kind of activity, but like you are very young, right? And there are so many distracting things in around us, right? How you can keep away from the distraction and be focused on what you want, basically. Because like okay, some friends said, oh, Sahana, can we go to the party or something, do so. How you can manage that? Because this is a very so much struggle to stay away from the distraction and be focused for what you are looking for, basically. So how you manage it, basically?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And also, like, honestly, I mean, I guess even Renika, you might agree with me that as you get older, it's gonna get harder. Like, more, there are gonna be more distractions. You can, if I look back, when I was a student, is when actually in my life I had least amount of distractions. So, it's just understanding that distractions gonna be, I would rather even not call it distractions. Like, it's life. Life is going to be part of your journey. So you would obviously, if I want to hang with my friend, I need to be able to hang with my friend, but make time for it. Like, uh, basically have an agreement with yourself that, okay, I'm going to spend an hour with Renuka today, so tomorrow 1 hour I'm going to study, like something like that. Like, make some arrangements with yourself and stick to it. So yeah, that's kind of what I try to do right now after years of learning, have years of like giving into experience in distractions.
That's great. That because this is really important tips, because we do mentoring so many students from the universities, and they are asking such questions. They came to us for this kind of mentoring. That okay, I'm struggling to like focus on my own things. I'm having so many distractions here because they stay away from their family. They have the kind of homesickness, and then the other people have a different kind of motto from their life and just distracting them for. And because you are not staying alone here, right? You are staying with your friends and other, and that also impact you in that way as well, right? But this is a good tips. Another thing is that when you like whenever anyone wants to apply job in UK, right? They need to apply, find a sponsor, right, who can sponsor their job, basically, in that way. So they are finding the sponsors company who can sponsor their visa. So is it difficult for you to find a company like who can sponsor your visa? Like what is the situation in your case?
um Again, like, in my case, it was, I for a period of 8 months I was in skilled worker visa. In that particular amount of time, I was fortunate to hear about global talent visa from a friend. So I built up an application, and I applied, and I was fortunate to get it. But having said that, this is a person who's speaking after 5 years of working. And immediately after graduation, I also had a skilled worker visa, like in the States. So it is very normal to like to be in that need for a sponsor to sponsor you when you want to work after grad school, because none of us have like had most of us would not have had enough time to like prove ourselves to the world that we are indeed talent worthy yet. um, So again, that's like a given statement, we cannot get away from. But what we can do, what we can do, like, to make that journey better is like, what Renuka shared earlier, networking. Like, make sure that whatever net events your city throws you or your university throws you, attend and meet sponsors. Lot of times, a lot of representatives who come from companies are indeed people who have been on the sponsor journey before, so they are generally empathetic, and who try to like guide you, if not in their companies, but through their own network.
Okay, okay. So, but like, is there any, if you can give any tips for the students who are like a fresher and once they finish their graduation, their portfolio is really good, but they didn't find a job here in UK and they have to go back to their own country. So it feels very bad because the when you come to the other country for the graduation, there is a big struggle, and then you have a dreams to uh, fulfill that dreams here to come in UK. And so could you please tell them like what kind of things they can help us then to stand out from that basically?
Yeah, that's a valid question. I guess like the first thing I would start with, like, prepare yourself. Like, in such a situation, every interview with the who with an employer who can sponsor you is very serious. So, uh, it's better to it's in our own safety to like make sure to like the interview, we are well prepared and like well thought think through the different stages in the interview. Most of the companies share them well ahead. Like, practice well so that you perform well in the interviews. Practice even before interviews, so you don't wait till the last week or something to like cram through things. That's a formula that works for very few, and anything that depends on luck is not great thing to rely on in this situation. um, Again, like, yeah, make sure, again, going back to like networking, make sure that most of the times a lot of applications get noticed because they are referrals. So networking is also another good place to like win referrals and win contacts of people who could influence your interview journey. And also the last thing, I know also of very a lot of successful stories where people had this temporary setback, that they had to like go back to their own countries, or uh, search other countries for job opportunities, myself including, like couple a lot of other friends as well. And they were after a period of time, let's say 6 months or 6 to 8 months or a year, they always, most of them ended up in a fork, where an opportunity in their country of their dream arose, or they were just happy with status quo, that they didn't even realize that this could make them happier, so they stick with it. So if you are facing, if like interviews did not fall into place, or if you are in a situation like that, I would recommend you to like still view it with an open eyes, that you don't know what will take you to your dream place. So maybe your home country has that stepping stone you need. So seeing things with a positive attitude always helps.
Okay, that's great. Like a positivity is always lead to the success, definitely. So the another thing is like because you are like you've been through all this stuff, right? Like the finding a job and the stuff, but like uh, can you tell us like because you are from the ML side, right? And the students who are already in AI course right now in university, what you can suggest them that side by side, what kind of project they can build us like to to showcase when they go for the interviews. Because if you can talk about the Flutter side, we know that what normally in interview these people are looking for, do you know this and that. But what you can suggest for the students from AI side, that what they should build up kind of projects along with their course, so that it will help them to find a good job in future basically. Can you like, is there any kind of websites or any kind of platform where they can contribute or they can do some voluntary work in that case? Like a technical work, not the other kind of, but like a technically they can prove themselves or someone can give them training.
Yeah, I frankly think that we are living in a world where there is no shortage of resource. Like there is, I get so once we if you have a clear idea of what you want to learn, you can like get it from Coursera, LinkedIn, name it, you will find it there. But to answer your question in a very structured way, fundamentals help. Like have some idea about, like, even if you want to work in like traditional ML or Gen AI, having some fundamental idea of like how abstract idea, or like even like it'd be nice if you have like a slightly deeper one, like how things work in the world of ML. That helps, like basic things like basic knowledge like statistics, algebra, which most of us take in our grad schools or undergrad. Brushing upon this also definitely helps, like create the right fundamentals which you can build on top of it. And Gen AI is a field that I someone recently told me something mind blowing. It's 2 years old. Nobody, very few are experts, but a lot of us are just trying to understand how to use it. So if you come with a builder mindset and like try to view things as like how I can build this technology to solve this problem, you will naturally stand out in like the applicants world, because you don't need you already started thinking as a builder. Any company needs an employee which who can help them to like build things up. So it is more important than ever, like to have more practical applications. And also like follow some really respected or like really respected links and or influencers in like LinkedIn, like, or like communities, so that you have an idea of like what the world is thinking. And normally people tend to share about what they are reading, what they came across, and everything. And also one mind-blowing stats that I read earlier is that around 50% of the software engineers are mostly in like middles companies. Like very few of us are like employed by the big tech and like other companies. So on also all of those middle companies do have some blockers about like dreaming big, how to build a product, how to like build a solution. So again, like coming with a builder idea to like understanding how you can unlock things in your own art, in your own vertical with the tools like ML and Gen AI are important. So summing things all up, like yeah, I guess I would like try to encourage more practical experiences to like I guess it's more important than any, and that's like one other way you can like quickly pick up fundamentals too.
Okay, amazing. So nowadays, I have seen the youngster are on the social media, right? So do you have any kind of the impact of social media in your career growth? Like you're using LinkedIn in that way that you can promote your own kind of skills there, or like a community, like a are you giving any talks or anything, or like to connect with the fellow developers so that you can stand out in that case? So do you have any role of that in your career, like the LinkedIn or like a social media?
Yeah, I guess like LinkedIn helped me in a way that it helps me to like keep tabs of like what other people are thinking, in sense like if something viral comes out, or like something people are a lot of people I follow, ML engineers I follow are talking about, then then it puts the thing automatically in my radar. Like for example, um, AI engineering is a recent book that has been everyone been talking about. Though I haven't read it, I have placed it in my radar. So LinkedIn has become like a for me to understand what the other people are thinking about. um, I think YouTube also helps. Like YouTube, in sense that when you're like in when you want to consume something, uh, when you want to consume something like really hard, or like when you want to like visit an idea which you haven't thought about before, like YouTube helps to like explore the idea. There are like lot of good influencers uploading videos in YouTube as well, and I learned a lot of soft skills through YouTube, which is also like really important to navigate through in an industry.
That's
So
great. That's great. Sahana, one thing if you can get a rejection while you're applying for the job, right? How to digest that? Because I have seen so many stories because he got rejected from that, and then he got depressed and all this stuff. So how to become a positive while in that same boat where you are applying so many jobs, there are so many rejections, and how you can be positive in that time, basically how you manage that?
yeah, I guess that's a good question, and it's something all of us, everyone like feel bad about, and I guess, yeah, it's you can never escape rejections, like rejection, job, applying for an apartment, rejection. It's there everywhere. But I guess one thing that helped me is having a good set of people, like your friends. Like speak it out with your friends. Hey, I'm feeling bad. Let them hear good words about yourself to you. That helps to like come across, get away from that sadness. It's a thing. It's a, you need a support, some most of us need support system to get through it. And there's no award in the other end if you get through it alone, so you might as well take tap into your support system and get through it. And also be that support system for yourself. If your friend comes to you and said that they did not do well in the interview, you would never speak harshly to them. Oh, that's because this round you didn't do well. Oh, that's because you didn't prepare enough. You would be like, yeah, it's fine, there's going to be another round after that. It doesn't So speak with the same tone to yourself, to show the same grace, so that you allow yourself to go through that period, and you start as freshly for the next one. So yeah, that's kind of what I would say. And also don't stay make when you actually tap into this, when you actually start talking to yourself with grace, when you start talking to your friends about your fears and hear good things about them, I can reassure you that the period of sadness around rejection drastically reduces. No bad interviews or no bad day would make me feel bad more than a day right now, and I'm still working on making it like lesser, like detach it even more. But yeah, just giving some light at the end of the tunnel.
This is amazing story, Sahana. Uh, it will definitely inspire many others in our community. It's not only for the woman, but this question I ask you, it's all for everyone who are just passing out from their university. You're struggling to get a job. They have a fear of that, how I can perform well to the interviews, and how to become a strong and positive through all this journey. And definitely your journey definitely inspire others and help others to come through this thing and find the success. So thank you so much for coming to our platform and sharing your story. So thank you, Sahana.
Thank you for having me.